What's good, Joe? Welcome to my review for this week's episode of Sword Art Online, Alicization War of Underworld. Holy fuck! This episode was crazy. Like, y'all thought last week was fucking crazy with that cliffhanger. Bruh! I think this episode might have actually topped it here, ladies and gentlemen. Also, some motherfucker bitch slapped Asuna, which we'll talk about that. That kind of pissed me off. I already have a meme plan for that. Like I said, if you guys want to see those good quality ass Asuna simping memes I got planned for y'all, follow me on Twitter. But anyway, guys, all that being said, all that aside, also Japanese voice actress is fucking fantastic, man. She is great. I still prefer Cherry Lynn, but she is great in her own right. But yeah, man. This episode was crazy. Yeah, man. Also, in case you guys, so you guys know, if you guys follow me, if you guys do actually follow me, also, you guys know the NBA season is back on the air, ladies and gentlemen. Hell yes. Okay, I was actually watching I mentioned this in my reaction, which I filmed a little earlier. But Lakers were playing last night, which I watched that. Of course, the Heat were playing this morning. I watched that game. And OKC's playing right now. I'll probably see if hopefully I'll be able to finish this review before the Lakers game starts, so I can watch LeBron. But yeah, man. All that being said, let's just jump right in. So we start this episode off, thankfully, right where we left off last week with Higa and Yana, I think the dude's name is, the other guy that pulls a gun on him. And we start figuring, like, what is he doing? He's like, hey, don't look at me like I'm a traitor. I'm just finishing my mission. I'm just, going through, finishing my goal or whatever. And he says, what are you talking about? And he said, to continue the boss's legacy. And I'm like, the boss's legacy? What is this, Metal Gear Solid 3? Are you working for the boss, trying to get the philosopher's legacy? From fucking Vulcan or whatever? Like, what the fuck do you mean, the boss's legacy? And we find out that the guy he was actually working for was Sugo. The guy, the guy that raped Asuna back in season 1. The guy that licked her tears, Yeah, that fucker. And he goes like, fam, he ain't dead. He's like, he might as well be. He's out. He's in prison for 10 years. You asked me, it should have been longer. Cause fuck. Legit, I'm gonna save my story right quick after we get a little bit farther ahead. But the dude goes on how he was working for him, how he was actually the researcher collecting all the data from the brains of the SAO players that stayed inside. And he was, of course, also the tentacle dude, so he was the guy that was feeling up Asuna. And they even played the clip too, which, thank you, A1. Out of all the scenes from season 1 I want to rewatch, that was definitely my top one. Thank you for that. Anyway, so, yeah. Anyway, after that, he goes on about, about that he's continuing on his work, that's what he would have wanted, but he needs to work fast because he still has a line that's active. And he's like, and he goes like, well, oh yeah, that was a story. I almost forgot, I was just really rapid. So anyway, legit guys, so you guys know me in SAO, how it's one of my favorite animes of all time, and you guys know how much I love Asuna. It's a fucking meme on my Twitter, and on my channel in general, how much I love her, and all the posting I do on my Twitter. That honestly is not too far from truth. I don't know if I mentioned this story before in some previous SAO videos, I think I might have, but bro, let me tell y'all something. Okay, so I was watching season 1 on Netflix. This is when I first started getting into anime. This is like June-ish, July-ish, 2010, or 2016, excuse me, not 2010. I'm watching the show with my brother because he watched the show before me and he recommended it. He said, hey, it's a good show. So I watched it and it was like one of those shows that I got like super invested in, like legit. I was right in there in the world of that show. I was that invested in the show. I haven't gotten that invested in a series. There's only been like a few series that I've gotten that invested in that I binged, and the only other one I can really think of on top of my head is Erase, which is also my second favorite anime of all time. SAO and Erase are tied for that spot because I love them both equally for different reasons. But anyway, so and I was like super invested in the series. I love the relationship between Kirito and Asuna. You guys know me. I ship those two as hard as I do Peter and MJ. But you guys also know that I fucking love them. Asuna. I love her. She's like my second favorite female character of all time. She is the best girl of all best girls, if we're just talking solely anime and manga. But when I got to the second half of season 1, This is also kind of crazy how invested I was in the series, actually, and how much I loved Asuna, and I was like 60 at the time. But when we got to the second half of season 1, and we got to all the scenes where Sugo was like feeling Asuna up, Loki kind of raping her, and then of course the big scene at the end, bro, I would get so pissed off at it, legit, I'd be so angry. Your boy looked like he was about to go Super Saiyan any second. I'm not even bullshitting you when I say that. I'm not even exaggerating. That is legit, guys. I legit. It shows you how invested I was in season 1, honestly. But bro, your boy was invested. Oh, was I pissed at Sugo? Man, I hated him, and man, you could not believe how happy I was when Kirito finally got him. You know, at the end of the series, and that whole section right there was awesome as well. But yeah, I know, but yeah, I just need to tell it. That was crazy. But anyway, back to the episode. So he's telling him that he sells the line open, and that is actually to the NSA. Yes, the dude is in cahoots with the NSA, and he's the one that's been leaking shit about Project Alicization. He goes on, this is the American success story that Suko always wanted for whatever. I also don't know what he's talking about. Like I said, it's been a while since I've seen season 1, especially the second half of season 1. So I don't even really remember what Suko's connection was to America or whatever. I don't even remember any of that shit. But yeah, so he goes on about that, and then Higa is like, come on, ring code, pick it up or recognize it or something, whatever. And he like ends up like dropping, like I guess he was holding the laptop so top that it ended up just slipping through his hands and it fell down. The dude's like, don't move, and then we hear a gunshot, and then boom, it cuts right to the OP. And it took the episode, and the episode takes its time to get back there to figure out what happened. Did he actually kill Kiga, or did he like, whatever, did he kill him or not? We'll talk about that in a second because the episode took its time to get there. But anyway, after that, we head over to Sugo going up against Gabriel. And of course, Gabriel goes on about how, and Sugo remembers, Sion recognizes him from GGO, and he's like, oh, I faced you, or Gabriel, recognizes Sion. And he's like, oh yeah, we faced off against GGO, and he goes on about how sweet her soul is, and that he didn't get to do it in the BBO, but he's gonna do it here, and we even get applied back to that one scene from the first half of Alicization World Wonder where he says, your soul. His English is actually pretty good. Gabriel's Japanese voice actor, I mean. So anyway, we go to that, and he goes on about how this is fate, that our souls are attracted to each other. That's how we met up again, and all that shit. So then he kind of like lures Sion in with like this purple mist or whatever, that purple mist that he was using against Bierkli. He used it and starts to bring Sion in, and she just kind of like can't really fight it. She's like, no, I have to resist, but she can't, and eventually like the light disappears from her eyes. And then and the dude has like his hands out and everything, and he brings her in close. He grabs her hand, her mouth is like, at this point, I'm expecting the man to just straight up kiss her, because we know he's gonna try and suck her soul. And he starts moving in closely into her lips, like he's about to kiss her. And I'm thinking, is the man actually about to kiss her and then suck her soul up through that way, or is he just gonna open and then just like get really close and then just like breathe her soul in that way? Or whatever. Either way, the man was going to try and get her soul. But anyway, before the man can go and suck her soul and see truly how sweet it actually is, this electric field or whatever goes off by her chest, which wakes her up and kind of gets her back. She looks at it down, it's like this necklace apparently that Kirito had back in season 2. I honestly don't even remember this scene, honestly. If I'm being real, I don't even remember that. I don't even know what the hell was going on to that scene, legit. I completely don't even remember a damn thing from that scene, legit. Legit, I don't remember any of that from season 2. But anyway, she also like, oh, this is Kirito's, how, She's like, you saved me again, kisses it, you guys, yada yada. Either way, this is when the episode, here's when the episode gets good. This is when we get Saw Boys. This is when we get the good shit. So she goes and grabs her bow, but it turns into her fucking sniper rifle from GGO. How? Why? I don't know. Who cares? So she goes over there, fires off a shot. Gabriel easily blocks it. Easy. And she's like, don't lose. And she, whatever the name of her gun, I forget what it was. She goes in there and it goes right, and the second bullet goes right through Gabriel's hand. He looks down on it, he's like, oh, and then, like, the purple, black, blue mist, whatever, kind of, like, fixes him up, so the dude got to healing feather now. So then he pulls out his gun, which starts off with, like, this, I guess, crossbow, turns into, I don't know what the fuck it is. Like, if any of y'all are gun experts and know what that gun is or what it's supposed to resemble, please tell me in the comments section below, because I have no idea what the hell I'm looking at. It looks like some fucking sniper rifle, assault rifle hybrid or some shit. I don't know. And I guess they're gonna have like a fucking Western duel, but instead with revolvers, it's with fucking sniper rifles. That's where that ends off, and we don't see the rest of that fight. We'll probably see the rest of it next week. But anyway, after that, we head over back to Austin, and this is when shit gets crazy. So then we see Austin, she's of course killing motherfuckers. She saw her, she sees someone die. He's like, yeah, middle! And there's like these two guys that stab Austin's just like mortified by what you see. And then this other guy, these two guys show up and Austin kills them with such ease. Man, was it sexy. But anyway, so she's going out there, you got that, then we go over to some of the other people there. Yuki's healed, the chick with the blue hair, I forget her name, it was like, Sisa, I think her name was Sina or something. Was like, either way, you guys know who she is. The Yuki's healer, the girl with the blue hair. So she's kind of like wondering like what to do, and she's like, sometimes to get your point across, you gotta fight. Isn't that right, Yuki? So yeah, nice little another call back to season 2, I guess. You know. So then she tells like her crew to like form like a block. So then she like orders her crew around to like fire this off attack. For this once, and when we see like the guy that I mentioned before last week that looks like Kirito, we see him again, and we see him, he's talking to his guys, telling them all to synchronize their attacks together, and I find out the dude's voiced by Izuku. By Izuku's JVA, which I thought that was kind of funny. But anyway, so they fire off the attack, then like sounds like the sonic wave that makes them all fall down, and like this one dude is stuff standing. She walks up towards the guy, the dude goes for a downward slide, and she just catches the blade with her hand like it's nothing. I'm like, alright, that's badass. And she goes on about how you have all been deceived. This what you have been told is not true. Yada 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 yada. So then actually, Moonsphere, I believe, is able to do the Korean dude with the green hair. We see him again, we see he's like, oh, it was what you say true, and then he thought it was a little fishy. Then May comes in there, a Chinese chick with the red hair. She comes in there kind of grinning that, yeah, I thought there was something off with this game. Looks like they sound like they were more like hiding something, this, that, and the third. But then, P.O., or however the hell however you pronounce that dude's name, Gabriel's brother, he goes in there and he throws his like cleaver down the ground, and he's like, get their attention, and he calls it back up like it's fucking Mjolnir and he's Thor. But that was pretty cool. And he tells him like, no, do not believe their lies. They are deceiving you. We have no room for traitors. And they're lying, and then you need to kill them. They're hackers, this, that, and the third. And she's like pleading with him, like, no. Oh no, he says, if you indeed are true Japanese players, and this is just a test server, why do you have such strong equipment compared to the rest of us? And she starts pleading with her. At this point, I'm like, woman, you've lost the argument. Just stop. But she pleads with them like, no, we converted our main accounts, that's how we got this. And then he's like, ha, what moron would convert their main character to a test server? And I'm like, boy, look who's talking. Legitimately, like, man, God, come on now. Like, who would convert their main account to a test server? Oh, I don't know, how about you and your brother? But anyway, so the dude goes over there, she tries to keep pleading with him until like, no, don't listen to him. But she's lost the argument at this point. She's completely lost it. So then tells her to shut up, and he throws a fucking throwing knife into like her arm. And I'm like, god damn. So then we have her back over with Cynthia and what's his name? They're going over there, kind of like look at each other. Yeah, East Con or whatever. So they look at each other for a moment, they grab each other's hands. I'm like, they're gonna kiss again or something. Finally one last hurrah before they ride off to their deaths. But anyway, they grab their hands and stand, they're ready to fight. Then out comes Sugu, she comes down, falling from the sky. She just starts slicing and dicing motherfuckers. Looks great. And then Limpian with the rest of the orcs are come in there to offer them backup. And then East Pan or whatever says like, wait, I thought you guys were working for the Empire. And he's like, nah. And then Sugu comes in and says, nah, we're comrades now. And so they're gonna help them out, which should be cool. I'm looking forward to seeing some more Suga. We haven't seen much of it. So anyway, then we head over back actually to Ocean's Turtle, and this is kind of when shit really gets crazy, and I'm like, ooh, what's going on here, man? Like, ugh. So anyway, we're back at Ocean's Turtle. They fire off a smoke grenade, and the robot, I'm trying to remember his name, but I can't remember the robot's name. He goes in there and he's just walking as everyone's just like it's just firing off their bullets, and like the thing's not falling. There's like no holes on him, or he's falling over. So like, I don't know what the world was made. I mean, it's made of fucking titanium without just deflecting bullets. But anyway, we head over back to Higa. We find out the dude was actually just shot in the shoulder, and he goes on about how he's just like, oh shit, I wasn't meant to hit you. Or actually, no. Before we get there, we go back over to Rinko and Kikoka. So they go in there, and then they're like kind of like messing around with the computer, they're looking around trying to see if anything's going on with Higa, and they said, we'll see something in like 5 minutes at most. And so they're saying also, that the robot, I try to remember his name, but I can't, is, taking care of it, but we only got so much time. We have pretty much to use off all of our, smoke grenades. But anyway, he goes in there, and there's like these messages that pop up on top of the computer. He's like and he's just like, hitting random keys, moving his fingers around like crazy. The way their fingers move when they were touching that keypad, I found kind of interesting. But anyway, so they go over there, and they find there's actually a new person that there's like a new Atlas, a second Atlas. Not nowhere near as powerful as the first one, but a second one nonetheless. So and there's and he goes like, oh, why now? Why now at a time like this? Yeah. We'll talk about who I think is like this second Atlas in a moment. We'll get to that back later. But anyway, afterwards that they find out about the error code and the eye and everything. And Rinko is like, did y'all cause this? And he's like, no. Like, no, why would I? That defeats the whole purpose. Someone sabotaged it. And I'm like, at first I was like, yeah, sure you did. So anyway, we head over back to, and then they kind of look around and we found this code. It was code 871. And they're trying to remember what it was, and they can't remember what it was. But Kikoka remembers, like, I think I saw the number. He goes over to that lab code of the guy that just went over with Higa, and they find the number 871 Yanni. So of course, then we head over there. We find he got shot on the shoulder, and that that he didn't mean to hurt him. That no one was supposed to get hurt. No one was supposed to die. And we were just here to like mess you. I was just here to really mess up your work, and then bounce. So he's going over. And then they kind of like keep chatting for a moment, and then he's like, and then he goes on about Adney. Now, who is Adney, you think? We find out this guy that is just talking. We realize he's like working for her, and doing something for her. We find out, and so yes, the dude is legitimately a fucking simp. And he's simping over the administrator. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, at least I have dignity than this guy. So what happened was apparently, and then Higa starts to assume that he was the one that might mess with the settings, and that's how we got the whole error code and the eye thing. And he's like, nah, he's the one that's corrupted. And so the dude's going on about how I met her one day when she found over the command list, and I was working late one night. And then I would find her, and then I would use a STL to secretly meet with Admin. And the dude goes on and on and on. I'm like, bro, simp! And so we find out that actually the whole thing is he's doing all this shit. I forgot the reason that he starts talking about the administrator. He talks about it because he got mentioned about, wait, we need to do this now. We have to do this with Kirito, or else he can never regain contact. And he says, the brat can die because he killed the administrator. And then he goes on about Adney. Yeah. I almost forgot to mention that. So anyway, so after he says like, he was gonna make her his first servant or whatever, he goes on about that, but he's like, wait, I have to kill somebody to honor her memory, and he points the gun at him. Now, is he gonna kill him? Is he not? We'll have to find out next week, because we don't know. They cut right back to Austin, and oh boy. So once we get there, Austin sees just like death everywhere. She's like, no, stop! And she has like tears in her eyes. My heart starts to break slowly. And then she just like drops her sword, and then this dude just comes charging at her, ready to kill her. And the dude says, "Stop!" And the dude like sounds like 2 inches away from her head. And she's kind of just sits there, she got a big shot film. And the dude, and then this motherfucker, this motherfucking American. You can tell this man has no respect for women. Fucking misogynist, sexist, pig. This man goes over there and dead slaps her. The rage, my boys! The rage! Oh, I got a spicy meat for that one, ladies and gentlemen. So, anyway, so after this motherfucker disrespects us in the worst way possible, fucking misogynistic pig. Gabriel's brother Pio, whatever the hell you pronounce it, comes down there and, kind of like, he's like, yo. Well, first off, also kind of looks around the battlefield. We see Angel has like fucking 3 spears inside of him. And then she goes over to console Liz and she's crying and she's like, I caused this, I did this, yada, yada, yada. Austin's like, no, whatever, you didn't do this. And they're both crying. My heart is sinking because I hate seeing Austin sad. It breaks my heart. So then, whatever comes in, he's like, yo, that's like you guys. And then she's like, and he like takes his hood off, and then she asks him like, what is this vengeance? And I'm not gonna lie, that like pissed off look she gave him when she's like telling him why he's talking. Not gonna lie, it was kind of sexy. Man, Austin was fine. Anyway, so she's like, so the dude's going on, this isn't vengeance about, and she has this vengeance for the assault and taking out your squad, which we found about in season 2. And he says, and he's like, man starts laughing his ass off. He's like, he's like, let me let y'all in on a little something. Who do y'all think gave you the information on where they were hiding at? It was me. And the reason for this is because he wanted to make the assault team murderers. Because he was like, the assault team was at like heroes, high and mighty, and he wanted to take them down a couple more. And when he saw Kirito actually kill 2 of them, he almost started bursting out with laughter and almost blew his cover. Austin is going on like, do you know really that was your plan? Did you know how much Kirito agonized and suffered because of that? And he's like, oh, interesting. But he says if he was actually like regretful of it, wouldn't he like be too repulsive or touching a VR game? Which I think he kind of was at first. If I remember the second half of season 1, I think Kirito kind of was hesitant to ever pick up a VR headset. But of course, once he found Austin and got kidnapped by that bastard, he had to go in there and save her. I think anyway. I might be misremembering. I don't know. But anyway. And then he asked her if he's there, which I love Austin, but Jesus Christ, woman, could you be anymore? She just kind of like her anger kind of dissipates, and she just kind of like looks away, and I'm like, you might as well have just told him yes at that point. Like, come on, Austin, have a better poker face, But anyway, so yeah, and then Ronnie brings him out, and then Austin screams like, no, anything but that, which Austin's the Japanese voice, and bro, that kind of got me a little bit too. I was like, God damn, she's good. And then we kind of end the episode off with him saying, it's showtime! In English. And kind of pissed off they let another cliffhanger, especially one like that. I think this was even worse than the last one, kind of. But, yeah, man. So, let's talk about who I think the second Alex is right quick before I end this video off. Now, I have about like 4 people in mind who I think it is, maybe 5. Overall, I think it's a character that we have already seen before coming back, or one that we've already seen. Now this is doubtful, but maybe it is a new character. Ed Recky's finally introducing Philia to the main SCO canon. Doubtful, but maybe. But I'm not holding my breath. No, I think either A, they could be referring to maybe Gabriel because of all the soul sucking he's been doing. Maybe it could possibly be Elise, because we don't know much about her, and there's obviously going to be some sort of connection between Alice and Elise, with how some of their names are, and Gabriel and everything. There's got to be something with that. Maybe not. But who I honestly think it is either Yujo or not. That would be weird if it actually was Reki Kawahara. It could be Kaida or I don't know, or Yujo. Now, I don't really think it could be Kaiba, because now we know the man uploaded his intelligence, his conscious to, like, the seed or whatever. Now, so it could be him. He could be over there to help Kirito out. Maybe that's how Kirito wakes up. It's through Kyoma? Yeah. Or Kaiba. See, I don't know why I keep getting confused with fucking Steins Gate. Kyoma. Jesus Christ. Kaiba. I don't know why I keep getting confused, but it could be with Kaiba. That's a possibility I don't think. I honestly do think it's Yujo brought back from the dead, because they mentioned how they came back through his emotionally, broken through his emotional barrier rather than his logical barrier. And we know that's what happened with Yujo when his eye exploded when he went to save Ronnie and Tise. It was emotional. So I think honestly it's probably Yujo, and that's why Kirito comes back to life. That's honestly my theory, and I like it before in my reviews. I don't think Yujo is completely, entirely dead. I think he's gonna come back, and this could be him returning. Now I could be wrong, I could be right. Comment down in the comments below, guys, what do you guys think. Obviously, if there's any light novel readers watch this video, keep your fucking mouth shut. I don't want to know. But, yeah, man. Anyway. So, yeah, my money is on it being Yujo coming back. That's where my money is. Anyway, guys, overall, I'm going to give this episode a 10 out of 10, ladies and gentlemen. So, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, plugin. Links down in the description box below. And as always, back for more. See you guys.
She's